Uh, this is for Jesus Club, for Jesus Warriors Club once more. And today's topic is circle shield formation, that's TESTUDO, with protruding spears. This is a tale of what happened to me in a place. There are some places I'll not go too much public because of the repercussions to the places. So in a place, there was a time when there were desert locusts that had infiltrated into our country. And in that place where we were, at that particular time, the locusts came and went overhead, but it was a rare thing happening that way. So they had moved to other places, but that afternoon they came and went over that place. And it was like the sky was covered with desert locusts. They are very messy. As they pass a place, they are dropping. Everything is like rain, but rain of locust droppings. So I was in some enclosed place doing something. And somebody rushed and told me, get out, come and see what's happening. And we all got out. And there were locusts everywhere. This was happening in several places. We'd never seen desert locusts before. And though they were damaging crops, it was an interesting phenomenon. You know, when people talk about desert locusts, it's just a story. But this time the locusts were there. And I got out and went to that place outside. And I told you where I was staying. There are times when we were experiencing certain things that were not normal, paranormal. So outside, it was a place where it used to be a bit messy sometimes, but this one was not common. Outside, there were two buckets, and the buckets had feces under them. Inside, not outside, inside. Feces inside each bucket. The buckets were clean, spotless clean, but each bucket, metal bucket, they are, would we call them aluminum, something like that. Those metal buckets, they were not plastic. There was feces in each bucket. Then it occurred to me that this is not normal. So as we were seeing that, I was busy turning away, removing those buckets, removing other things, because I told you witchcraft is a technology. There are things that you think cannot be able to contact anything, but you come to realize that they're useful in that technology. So since I'd been exposed to certain attacks, as you are attacked, you get to learn things that happen. So I managed to dismantle. We moved around. As people are moving around looking at the locusts, I was looking around at any telltale signs. There were few. I dismantled. And the locusts went. Some people caught lots of locusts for things because nowadays people don't eat locusts anyway. It's not like the days of the ancient days when people would say that they were taking them for food. A few people took some locusts. And as it was common in that place, when something will happen, sometimes you will get warning when things to do with paranormal activities are put out. Because as I got to understand what was happening, it's like when you see a mine, landmine, you demine it. So I'd come to learn that some of these things have certain consequences. And when they are arranged in certain patterns, the best thing is to disrupt the pattern. So I disrupted the pattern, and there were complaints from afar, some place. People are hiding and they were saying, look, he's removing them again. And they were not calling me him, it. Kaangalie kanazitoa tena. Kanazitoa. So I realized that there was something else interfering with. When I left that place, decided to go to some other place, I received an SMS message. It was in another phone that I used to use, telling me that congratulations for what you have done today, but I hope you will keep doing so during the forthcoming things. So I realized I had interrupted something paranormal within the activities that were going on. And as I inquired around for a few people who were able to talk, they told me that in the ancient times, that was a curse that meant that anybody who is involved within that thing, attached to that thing, would live in abject poverty. So I came to realize what I had interrupted was real. And that SMS, short messages, that's these ones that you get from a number that will never used to communicate to me, a number, strange number. So I realized it was a real warning. And I realized that during that time, the calling from that place and the activities that were engaged in removing the buckets with feces and all those things, it was a shield that God had put around me, because I wouldn't have known that it had to do with witchcraft. Had it not been for the complaints, I would have thought that it was because of the situation and the conditions. But the buckets were also strange. Clean feces inside. So nothing happened. But I came to learn that whatever I had interrupted would have been a very serious thing to the targeted person or people. So this is what I ended up calling a circular shield formation, because it was all over. Those things dropping. The locusts, by the way, did not proceed to the other place. After they went around that place where I was, they turned back the way they had come. Back the very same way they had come, and went vanishing that way. There were so many. Birds of prey were catching some feather wings, the wings of locusts, and there was locust poo-poo all over in the air like rain. So they left. But nothing happened. I was told those who were going to have a very rough ending, they would have nothing with them. But since I'd interrupted the circle, that thing had been cut short. It's only later when I heard people talking after moving from that town to this other town, when I heard people talking of poverty statunga, that it dawned upon me, so the activities that are done in witchcraft so as to keep somebody poor. I didn't know locusts can be used in such a thing. But God managed to make me go through. Those who we were with and I think were targeted, I'm seeing, from the last time I heard they were doing well, the last time I saw some of them, they were going far and wide. So I think it never got to any of us. Maybe I was being followed for that to be, I'm being followed for that to be affected, but looks like it is failing. But that was breaking the spell. Jesus protecting in a circular shield, TESTUDO formation. Romans had ways of fighting with shields. So to me, that was a great protection. Something I talk about. It may look small to those who have not experienced, but it's a strange thing. I didn't know that witchcraft goes up to those levels with even things that are happening within the environment at that particular moment. If you have been taunted by things, like you see you do your things and they don't work out, it's a time you take serious prayers, because things that we've been taking for granted, saying that it does not exist, it exists. There is one thing that you have to know. If you declare that if I jump from up high without divine help, I'll not fall on the ground and get hurt. Surely you will fall, and if it's a great height, you might die. So when you know there are such a rules guiding, you know that unless there's divine intervention, such a things are likely to get to you. Put yourself before God with a lot of faith. Pray, and God will be able to disable such a like things. I thought of talking about this because it may look a small thing, but I was told the implication for that during wild locusts had a very serious implications. The other people who were in the group that was dismantled, that we used to pray with or whatever, have not experienced anything major. I have had ups and downs of being followed. Mine is not from that, and I think I'm breaking out of it. So for those who would be interested to belong to the club where Jesus protects the warriors, Jesus fights for the warriors, you are safe in Fort Jesus with Jesus. He will be your shield. He will make for you shield formations when you need protection, and he will wage war on your behalf. If this thing has touched you, I urge you to download the Bible or buy a Bible. Remember, you are the temple. So you come first in whatever thing you'll be doing. Take that. Take seriously your conversion to God, and you can share with other people. It's not that you will be worshipping alone, but always know, when it comes to you as the temple, you come first. Nobody should cheat you that you are under him and you are not above him either, because you are a different temple. That's my take for today.